All right. That was amazing.
We're going on the same stage
I know.
as Rascal Flatts.
How are you? I haven't been this nervous since I interviewed Denzel Washington, I'm just going to say, you know.
Gosh.
How are you guys? Welcome. Welcome to Portland. You're going to be very happy to know that we're going to give you money today, but you got to answer 5 questions.
Wait.
5 questions for $5.
5 questions, $5. Okay.
It's crisp, too.
You're right.
And ripped. But
$5 foot long.
I have a feeling I know the answer to this first question now that he said that, but we'll see. All right. Are you ready? When the check comes, which one of you is the last one to reach for the bill? Who's the last one?
Oh, let's break up the band. Break up the band day.
Our manager.
That's true.
No, I think we're all pretty good at just jumping at it.
All right.
Yeah.
We never eat together, so we wouldn't know the answer to that question.
Yeah, I noticed you had 3 buses pull in. Is that how you stay together so long? You each have your own bus?
That's a fact.
All right.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
You guys want to come over here so it's not weird?
There's one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know it
Turn
feels
around.
very
Yeah.
weird.
There's one
Yeah.
Or you can come up
just
between us.
creeping. Just creeping.
I thought we were joining the band. So.
Come on.
Cassidy, why don't you come on over here? Okay. You stand next to him. There you go.
A special spot. Because she's on TV and we're not.
And Jake gets. Oh, good. Jake gets the second question.
So this is actually part of the Unitas Music Unites Us concert series, and the question that comes from them is: was it music that actually united you guys back in the first place?
Well, no, for Gary and I, it was our mothers.
Yeah.
We're second cousins, so they were first cousins and grew up together and were closer to each other than their own siblings. So they kind of shared life together and had babies at the same time. And Gary and I ended up spending a lot of time together. And eventually, it was music that found its way to me with Jodan when I was Shelley Wright's band leader. I hired him to play guitar, and we became fast friends. And I told Jodan about Gary and Gary about Jodan, and so.
And it was love at first sight.
Yes, it was.
And are you an honorary cousin now, Jodan? I mean,
Well,
are you in the
Gary
family?
didn't like me at first. It took a while.
I don't
for him
know
to
that
warm
he
up to
still
me.
does, to be honest.
I said it first. It's still first. 18 years.
Yeah, your bus was the last one to pull in, I
No,
noticed.
the first. That's true. No, the first time I met Gary was on stage because Jay and Gary had a guitar player that played with them at the clubs they played at in Nashville. This is 1999, and Jay called me that morning and said their guitar player was sick, was not going to be able to be there that night, and so I showed up. And he'd been telling Gary about me, but I guess Gary kind of forgot because he's like, I guess Jay told me the story. He tells the story better than I can because he was there, but I guess I walked in and he was like, "Who's this guy?"
Well, because we had to
Guitar in
play
his
from
amp.
9 p.m. to 3 a.m. So when you think your regular guitar player is going to come, and then all of a sudden you're like, is there a guy going to play from 9 to 3? Who is this? What are we doing?
I am Jordan.
Yeah.
I feel like we're painting Gary out to be a bad person here.
Yeah.
It really wasn't. But after Gary let me out of the trunk of the car to go into the bar, he asked me who Jodan was. And yeah, it was an interesting first conversation because Gary looks at me. Look at me now. You remember this. We're standing at the bar and Gary goes, "I'll tell you something right now. If he doesn't know any of our songs, I'm leaving after the first set. I'm not staying here all night."
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Fair.
It'd be a little awkward, yeah.
Because I had to go throw the newspaper.
We did. We sang "Shirts on the Cumberland Road," first song we ever sang together
Yeah,
that I sang
we
with
did.
him, and he acknowledged my existence after that and high-fived me, and
Yeah,
Okay,
we
well-
did that first chorus, and I was like,
cool. Pretty awesome.
wow, I don't know what that is, but that was really good. I mean, our vocals just locked in and just had something crazy.
We've had we're all fans of these guys for a long time, and I didn't know that story. I didn't know that story. That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. So you've earned $2.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was worth a second dollar, I
Keep 'em
think.
coming.
Okay, so dollar number 3, question number 3. What is each of y'all's go-to karaoke song? And it can't be your own because seriously.
Probably would be though.
You know all the words.
Fast Cars and Freedom.
Probably Boys to Men on Bended Knee.
Throw your clothes.
I know Jay's. Sure. Probably Jesse's Girl, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, Jesse's Girl is mine, for sure.
Jodan?
Anything by Journey. I love Journey.
Okay.
I'd attempt.
That's some solid answers right
Steve
there.
Perry.
So you're a basic drunk white girl at the bar then.
That's me.
Okay.
That's if you go to my Facebook page, it says I'm basically a drunk white girl.
Hey, you know what we
Nailed it.
did though? Like Jay's go-to is Jesse's girl. Jay actually has changed the lyric to that song
Yeah.
and made it a country.
What's not country about it now?
Well,
It's countryer.
it's countryer.
Okay.
Yeah,
Rick Springfield loves it.
yeah. Do it for him, Jay. Drunk White Girl presents.
Now listen close.
Bubba is a friend. Yeah, you know he's been a good friend of mine. Oh, but lately something's changed. It ain't hard to define. Bubba's got himself a cousin and I wanna make her mine. And she's brushing both his teeth.
Both of them.
And she's making him biscuits and gravy, I just know it. And he's loving her in that double wide late at night. Woo! You know I wish that I had Bubba's girl. I wish that I had Bubba's girl. Where can I find a cousin like that?
Yeah.
Okay, $3
have
worth.
got
to the other $3 right there, buddy.
Yeah. I don't know.
Shelton's got that on hold right now.
Oh, yeah.
I'll bet.
Maybe.
Right up Blake's alley.
Right.
Our fourth question actually comes from Cassidy here, who's joining us on stage. Cassidy's from Channel 8 here in town, and her camera's up there if you guys want to say hello. It's up in the back.
Channel 8.
Yeah, I also do Nights on the Bowl, of course, from 7 to midnight. So, since I do work for a news station, we have very hard-hitting, serious questions. First one, is life really a highway?
Only if you ride it all night long.
Yeah!
$4.
It's a family show, right?
And the money just doubled.
Yeah, $25.
Here's my lead singer over here.
I feel like I should be sticking that in a garter belt or something. Sorry.
These questions, by the way, come from our Tonight with Cassie viewers and Bowl listeners. So, second one, what hurts the most? Besides Gary's voice, probably.
Yeah, my voice
Yeah.
right now, yeah.
Being so close.
My right big toe that I tore the toenail off of in Toronto 3 weeks ago.
True story.
Ow!
Here's
Yeah!
your $1,
Did.
Jay.
I wish we
That's,
had just
can I
like,
take the money, please?
These are bonus dollars.
we
so-
need like $100
It was in
bills.
Toronto,
Yeah.
by the way.
Toronto.
We put an E on there.
There was a big steel door, and I went to open it, and somebody was coming through the other side. I had flip-flops on, and the bottom of that
No.
steel door cut my toenail just right and peeled it back like a can opener.
Okay.
It's gross.
Anybody want breakfast?
I feel so mean.
So hungry right now.
It's even more gross when it happens to you.
Someone on the internet wanted you guys to settle an office debate. Do dogs have 2 legs and 2 arms or 4 legs?
Remember,
Some of
this
them
is
have 5
hard-hitting.
legs if
Yeah.
they're boys.
These are the serious
Biggins.
questions the internet wants to
Four
know.
legs.
Jay won another $1, I believe. With
Yeah,
that
some of them have 5 legs.
Another $1. 5-legged dogs. Okay.
Oh, 5 legs. Yeah, perfect. Okay, there we go.
Wow.
What hair gel does Gary use because someone needs it for her husband's crazy hair?
All of it.
Oh, just everything anyone will give him.
It's called all of it.
It does look good.
Orbe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There we go. You guys were talking about asking if people in the audience skipped work to be here. What's the best or worst excuse you've used to skip work? I mean, when you weren't in a band, I guess you guys would probably figure out what you
Gary
guys...
just did it. He said he had laryngitis.
Yeah. Pull the laryngitis card.
No, he wasn't lying. He's barely got a voice. So I don't know. I'm
sorry.
thinking back, like jobs growing up.
I think
Ran out of gas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
I
No,
used flat tire a couple times at the pizza joint I worked at.
Is that where the band name came
Well,
from?
back then with no cell phone and
Flat,
stuff,
yeah,
it was a lot
flat.
easier.
Pizza flat tires.
Pizza flats tires.
You guys have been together, as you mentioned, for 18 years. What were you actually doing when you were 18?
I actually was working for, I'm from Ohio originally, so I was actually working for the Board of Mental Retardation and Developmentally Disabled. Wow. So, and that's what I did for 10 years.
Who wants to follow that answer? That's the best answer.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, millions of dollars for you.
That's the
That's
one
only worth $1, Gary, by the way.
Yeah.
That's the
I
one
was,
he missed work a lot back then too. Gary did.
Mm-hmm.
He missed going to work.
I was
Flat
working
tires.
for my grandfather's glass company on high rises, putting in windows.
Hey, hold on a second. You made the news one evening, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
Local news. I
Yeah.
got stuck on the 23rd floor on a window washer's rig. And the fire department had to come get us. I'm glad I play guitar for a living now, needless to say.
Stay on the ground level.
It scared the crap out of me.
Okay, my last question. What's your favorite thing to do when you visit Portland?
Perform.
Yeah.
There you go.
It really is.
Great answer.
Five the fans.
See all our fans and just perform.
Would you guys like to hear him sing a few more songs?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. $5. You earned it.
I thought they already got like 20.
They earned it. All right, Rascal
Maybe-
Flats, everybody.
A beer. Money. I'll definitely take that.
We can sing.
Sure, we can.